I'll be your private dancer, a dancer for money. I'll do anything. I'll be your private dancer, a dancer for money. I can't believe I forgot all the lyrics. Like, I never actually, like, sung that song, but like I used to listen to that song a lot, especially when I used to practice burlesque dance in my bedroom and floor work in my bedroom at 18 and 19 years old. Yes, way back then. On Instagram, popping it, locking it, doing my thing. Like I own up to who I am. I own it, and um all I can say is like discovering your sex appeal and discovering, what is your it factor and really honing it. It took some time, especially when you grew up religious and dorky like me. Like I don't think I am dorky, but like sometimes I feel like a dork. Like, well, nah. Like I'm not a dork. Like I hate talking negatively about myself online. It's like I don't say this type of stuff to my self in person. Like, but when I'm online, I can see myself. I'm like, oh my god, you look like such a dork. Like But anywho, in today's video, wait, let me introduce myself. Hey, my name is Tandis. If you want to get to know more of me, watch some more of my videos and check out the rest of my things that I like to do and like to talk about. I'm an independent recording artist, and I am a singer, and a digital creator. I love writing newsletters, and I have amazing merch with French on them and cute little sayings and quotes. And it's all about like self-love and being a girl's girl and stuff like that. So if that is something that you're really into and you think you can really like vibe with my vibe, then subscribe to my channel. Like, what are you doing? Subscribe to my freaking channel. And I want you to follow me on my Substack because I love making exclusive content there. And I plan on doing like regular exclusive like podcasts and like special content on there too that you wouldn't see on YouTube, where I talk about like personal things, girly things, leveling up, your look, and other like things like when it comes to confidence and personal development, because that is something that I love talking about, because I love talking about that type of stuff in my real life. So if I were you, I would subscribe. And I also like doing like outfits on there and on Medium too. So yeah, on Medium and my Google Sites website, I love posting regular blog articles about like clothing that I like and makeup from affordable websites like Temu. And this whole face that I did was with well, let me not lie, not the whole face, but my eyes was from Temu. And there's a really amazing eyeshadow palette that I've been using. I think I just put it up, but yeah, y'all check out Temu. I have a bunch of coupon codes in the YouTube video description below, so check that out if you want some free gifts, if you want 50% off, and all of those things. Like, I be coming with the goodie bags, the digital goodie bags for y'all. So yeah, but in today's video, I wanted to talk about journaling and sex appeal, and I want to talk about how journaling has helped me become a more like stronger like woman. Like mentally, it helped me become more aware of myself and my sex appeal, because I don't think many people really admit it. Like, I feel like everybody have went through a moment like this in their life, especially if you are like young. Like, you could be a teenager, which like I hate to be like one of those, like, why are you worrying about sex appeal? Like, you're 14, you're 16. All I can say, this video is for 18 and up, people. But hey, y'all can watch if y'all want to with parents' permission, whatever. doodly do. But what I'm really trying to say is that like a lot of people don't really talk about it, but like the journey of like going from girl to woman, and especially if you grown up very like sheltered, very Sesame Street, very you know, Big Bird and Ernie and them, you know, and you just like lived a very sheltered religious life. You know, when it comes to, you know, growing into my skin, growing into my sex appeal, growing into like me and getting actually comfortable in my skin, that is a journey. Like, you know, it was a journey, like learning all these things, especially like when you go out. It's like you're going out, you're getting your first job, and then as you walk you see a bunch of catcalls and people whistling sometimes at you, and it's like my frame of mind back then was so green. And I hate when people call me green because, like, I don't know, I still feel like I am green to a certain extent. You know, like I still got my innocence for the most part. But if I can just like be descriptive and just be real, I definitely was green as grass could ever be when I was younger. And you know, when I was, why the hell do people gotta be chopping when I'm trying to film a YouTube video? Anyway, the show must go on. But like I'm trying to say, when I was younger, it's like no one warns you about men and, you know, how they think and how they are. And also, no one have never really properly taught me how to use my pretty privilege and how to be aware of myself, like how to be like aware of like everybody and everything, like basically like how to like, I don't know, how to like be okay being in your skin. Dang, fuck, I'm kind of like, wait, oh my god, am I like cursing? Okay, I'm gonna blank that out. Okay, so I kind of lost my thought a little bit, but I'm just gonna like get back into it because like, why the hell do people gotta be chopping real hard up at the kitchen when I finally turned the camera on? But anyway, this video is about my journey when it comes to self-reflecting on myself as a woman, my value as a woman, and what I learned over the years. You know, basically being a hermit and not being out that much, and like reflecting on everything, and, you know, sex appeal. And I feel like as someone that grew up very religious and sheltered, you know, I was not taught how to use my pretty privilege. And when I wanted to like start dating outside of my religion and like, you know, doing things outside of the box, like, and even inside the box, I was not told anything about how to truly date. I was not, like, you know. And then when I want to ask about sex appeal and, you know, questions about the feminine mystique and stuff like that, and how to flirt, like, oh my god, when I was like 15 and 16, watching like what type of girly movies I can think of, like Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, like, and what else, Sleepover, and what else, like Geek Charming, like any type of like little show where it's like the girl flirts with the guy and the guy gets with the girl, and like things are like all amazing, like anything from Disney or Hallmark, or like, I don't know, those old 90s cheesy free movies that you would see on YouTube. Like, you know, and also with being sheltered, like I wanted to learn, how do you flirt? Like, what is the thing that these girls and these other women know how to use that I don't know how to use? Like what's so different about me? And I would like beg and beg and beg my mom back then to teach me, please teach me how to flirt. Please teach me how to flirt with guys. Help me attract these guys. How do you pull? And then I would just be ignored and laughed at. And she would just say, like, just be nice. And like, now that I am 24, going on 25 in a couple of months, you know, I understand that now, but like, I understand like the nuance and stuff like that now. But now, with being like 24, going on 25 in only a few months, because we're heading into 2026, like, I understand that now and what it means and what like my mom meant when she said like just be nice. But back then when I was 18, lost, sheltered, and just totally Disney, Hallmark, and La La Land in my mind, like, nothing was correlating. Nothing was correlating. And so many times, like, I would just wish, like, dang, I just wish I had like a best friend or an older sister type of thing to like, well, an older sister type of friend to like be there, like when I want to have a girl talk, like a chit chat type of thing, like, girl, how do you do this, how do you do that, and just like talk about girly things and guys. But I end up realizing that I am that person to myself. And like, honestly, the Lord is my girlfriend. Like, I know that might sound weird, but like I know the Lord is a man. Well, I'll just say I know that God is masculine presenting. But even though in the Bible they said like the breast of the Lord. But anyway, like in a couple of Bible scriptures, they kind of like said it like that, like mention God's breast, but a man can have breasts. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that like I know that God is my best friend. And like, honestly, I've learned how to be my own girlfriend, that own like inner I learned how to become like that inner big sister I always wanted in my life. And the best way I've learned how to navigate life is through like journaling. But what I found out in my life is that I am that big sister best friend that I've been looking for in my life, like, plus God in my diary. And then a lot of things, like any type of dilemma that you're in, or emotional thing that you're in, or dealing with guys, or moments of low self-esteem where you just feel bad, like, you get validation from guys. Like, if you put on a regular decent dress and you just start walking, you're gonna attract the whites, the blacks, the Asian, like, these things, but you still have like that crippling low self-esteem sometimes. you know like, I realized that when you just honestly write it down, like, write the good, the bad, the ugly, the cringy things in your diary, and you really just sit with it and you just give it to just God, it will turn around in your life. Like, things are going to be okay, or whatever that you believe in, because I know that a lot of people are not, super religious. And, I'm not trying to, like, force anything upon no one, but really I don't want to go too off subject, because this video is about sex appeal and, like, reflecting and journaling, and how I learned how to master my sex appeal and my inner lights, and and stuff like that through journaling. So let me get really into that and not veer off so much. So basically, I mentioned in the beginning of this video about, like, how I felt that I was dorky and, like, and stuff like that when I was like 18, and really when I was a teenager. And yeah, that was kind of true. Like, that is true. And basically no one have never taught me how to flirt. No one didn't teach me how to, like what it means to know your power. Now, when I talk to my mom about these type of things, she's like, "Oh, I told you that." I told you. No, you did not. You did not tell me that. And now everybody want to play crazy. But, like, back then, it was just like, you can't, back then when I wanted to ask those questions to, like, my mother, it was more like, you can't ask those questions, because, like, while you're asking those questions, are you trying to get married? Don't even think about kissing a man. Don't even think about talking to a man. Don't even think about getting close to a man unless you are considering marriage. Now, was I actually able to hang out with a guy at one point? Yes. but it was like that. Like when I want to learn how to like exude sex appeal, like flirting and stuff like that, I was shut down. And when you are shut down like that, like you're green as grass. And it's like, I feel like it's not fair because it's like in life, men from like when they were little, they were taught the game, they were taught how to date, they were taught how to maneuver women and how to be machismo with women. Um, from I'll say like starting at 3 or 4, they're taught. But women are like little girls are not taught nothing. They're not taught like literally nothing. And we're just like guessing. And you know, the worst type of way to figure out like how to pull somebody or how to talk to somebody is like reading those old girly magazines, which are not a thing no more. You know, people just go on YouTube. But back then, people used to read like G14 magazines and stuff like that, and they used to give some really cheesy advice, or you would just go off anime, and that's even worse. And I used to watch a lot of anime. I used to watch a lot of anime when I was a teenager and stuff like that, and a lot of Disney. You know, so like yeah, I was crazy. Like I was crazy, but it was all in good heart though. Like I had a good heart, but I was like crazy and I didn't know what the hell I was doing like that. And even from like I didn't know what the hell I was doing from like 19 to 20 years old. And I'm not that far from that, but now after like reflecting and just like, you know, when I did do that social media detox and like truly started unpacking and just start talking about all my deepest things and feelings and emotions, and you know, bringing back the diary with myself, I started, you know, truly getting comfortable in my skin. Because like I used to kind of like feel like the odd one out, you know, and like body dysmorphia, I guess you can say. Do I feel like that no more? I mean, do I still feel like that? No, not really. But you know, I have moments where I'm just human, you know, like like any other human. But but what I'm trying to say is that like, you know, when you're young, when you're like a young woman, if you come from a black family, y'all religious, like you're not being taught. You're not being taught nothing. And then like, you know, if you're trying to talk to somebody about it, like, you know, that's like a family member that's a woman, it's like nobody's not going to help you. Like you're shut down. So it's like, you know, you're bound. Like if you are starting off like that, you're bound to just make some dumb mistakes while dating because you don't know and you haven't been taught. And you know, all I can say is that Steve Harvey really helped a lot when it comes to that part. But I really want to talk more about like my things and what I've learned through my own personal experience of embracing my sex appeal and stuff like that. And like I said, I am big on journaling, and I bought myself a lot of pink journals from Amazon, and I try to like buy them blank like this because I kind of just want to be like aesthetic, like they're all the same color and they're all blank and stuff like that. And I really want to encourage anybody that kind of feel like lost or like going through the motions. So many people are going through the motions. Like maybe you're in a situationship, maybe you're talking to some guy and it's not really going right. You know, it really is a good idea to like cultivate that relationship with yourself and start journaling how you feel, and then truly let it go. Like after you release how you feel, practice releasing it and letting it go, and allowing your intuition to just like pull through for you and help you figure out what's the next move and the next thing to do. Or like sometimes writing is a good thing to do because like you may feel confused right now, but then when you sit with it and then after a few days, like you finally get that clarity. Like, oh wait, I was so confused that other day, but now I'm right. But like, and I've written that stuff the other day, like about like this guy, and I'm confused about how I feel, and I don't feel like good about myself, and like anything just weird, like anything like that, like after a few days or like 2 or 1 day of like sitting with yourself, you'll get that clarity because you already let go of all that emotional thought junk that was in your head and stuff like that. And also a big thing that helps with me is like literally just like writing it down to release it and then praying like, please give me good discernment, please help me figure out what I should and should not do. That also helps when it comes to like dating and like navigating the dating world basically by yourself, and like just trying to like tap into I don't really want to say higher self, but your wisest version of you, like the wiser side of you. That helps a lot. And yeah, but basically, about sex appeal though, I have played around with my looks so much. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to like play around with makeup a lot, and I was allowed to wear makeup because like it's not like my mom thought that I was going to be fast. Like, I was at home. And my mom was a helicopter mom, so it's not like I could just like sneak out like I'm in some Disney show or something like that. Like, no. Like, yes, I was playing with makeup and going to the store and makeup like at 13 and 14 and all of that with a full face. But I wasn't going nowhere. Like, I was fine, I might have been chronically online, but like fast, no. When I first started my first job and I started like really going outside of my bubble and outside of like, my circle, because like, I was trying to be like a working independent woman and all of that stuff, all I seen was like guys whistling, guys 3 times the age of me, trying to trying to like do this hand gesture to me to get in their car, and you would swear that I'm wearing hot shorts. Like, I remember the time when I was what was it, 18 years old for sure, and I remember I had my hair tied from the back, like tied all the way to the back, and I wore like a baggy like brown shirt and some baggy jeans and some tennis shoes, because I just had the mindset of just like hit the pavement, it's time to get a job, because like I just want to get up and do it. Like, I'm a woman with the get up and go mentality, so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And like, like coming out of my shell and all and stuff like that. And like, I remember when I was walking down the street, I was about to like go down to like an area where there's a lot of like places that I can like walk into and ask, hey, are you hiring? And I remember it was nothing but just cat callers and craziness, and like men like honking their horn like beep beep, hey girl, beep beep beep. And then I remember like I was walking, like I was just I guess you could say childlike in my mind, but I learned how to be safe. Like, I know when you're walking down the street, do this so people can know like I don't want to be bothered by you, and don't look silly like that either. Like, I'm just like walking and stuff like that. Like, I'm just trying to be about it and just, be about it. And it's like I kept getting catcalled and whistled and, honked at. And I'm like, God damn, what's going on? And I felt like I was looking drab. Like, I was not wearing no makeup, no jewelry. I was looking like plain Jane. And I remember, when I looked around on the other side of the street, I was like, what's going on? And then I seen like there was a woman, her hair was messed up, stomach was out. She looked like, I don't know, on the corner somewhere, booty hanging out. and she looked unkempt. That's all I can say. And she was not getting no horns honked at her. She was not like getting catcalled, people trying to holler through the window or anything like that. Like, but all the attention was on me. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm not that special. I mean, back then. But I was like, I'm not that freaky special. And like, those times had me kind of like feeling like weird. Like, it's like, even if you dress up or if you dress down, you are still going to get catcalled. You're still going to be honked at. You're still going to get somebody trying to talk to you while in the car. And then like when you're walking around, men are going to be in their own circle. Like, like if there's like 3 or 2 friends or like 4 friends like talking to each other and you're trying to go to the store, they're going to be whispering and laughing to each other, like, but keeping their distance and like trying to look covert and like, I can see you. I can see you, sir. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, if you're dressing like this, makeup, no makeup, high heels, or anything like that, like, it doesn't matter what you do, you are still gonna be like sexualized at the end of the day. And as like, I'm not gonna lie, like when I was like 18 and 19 and like for a long time, like it really had me mind boggled because like I remember I dressed so drab that day, but I was like, I guess I look really good. And I was like a size 4. Now I'm like a size whatever, like a little bit bigger than what I was at one point. And it's a process, child. Like, it's a process. But like, yeah, men are just gonna sexualize you. Men are just gonna sexualize you. And and with being so green, like I was not taught what it means to stay in my power. I didn't know any street smarts. I didn't know, my feminine power as a woman. But fast forward now, I am a new Tandis. I am a new me. And, I haven't been going out that much because of my circumstances and financial circumstances. You already know I be hitting y'all with the $20, $30, $40 grocery shopping haul. So like, I am at home. Like, I'm not trying to spend no extra pocket change, but all I can say is that I brought back the journal for myself, and I started journaling about like experiences with men, especially like when I'm at the grocery store, or like if I'm walking by myself, or like walking with my younger brother, because I don't like to go out like by myself like that. And I think it's a good idea to journal about your experiences and think about like what makes you feel sexy, what makes you feel confident in your skin, because that's honestly what sex appeal is. Sex appeal is not like forcing yourself to be someone that you're not, or acting like Basic Instinct, but it's about like being full of personality and not being afraid to be personable and being yourself, and stuff like that. And I journaled a lot about all types of experiences I had in the beginning of this year and to the end. Like, yeah, we're basically almost at the end of this year. Like, how many days do we have until 2026? Let me check this real quick. Yeah, we only got like 3 days. 3 days. And I can't believe it. Like, whatever. It's a year well spent. Like, I've learned a lot and healed a lot, whatever. Like, and I'm not in a healing stage. I'm just saying, like, Like, I've healed and I've learned, whatever. But all I can say is that, like, when it comes to my personal experience about learning how to master your sex appeal, is about honestly taking a good look in the mirror and, thinking about what flatters you the most when it comes to your hairstyle, your makeup style, and, your fashion style. And then also, like, when you go out, like, any reactions that you get from men, like when it comes to your hairstyle, your look, your makeup look, it's good to note down, like, what do people like about me? What hairstyle is the most flattering to me? What gave me the most compliments? So that you can double down on that type of look when you're going out by yourself. And you master, looking as flattering as you can. And that comes from sometimes, like, experimenting with your look, experimenting with how you dress, because, like, back then I didn't, like, have no guidance. Like, yeah, I mean, like, I hate to say it like that, like, I'm literally talking like I was like this dorktron, and, like, now I'm this new me. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, you should first, like, look at guides about, like, how to do your hair in a flattering feminine way, and and look for fashion inspiration and makeup inspiration, and then start testing it out and going out places, or hell, even online or whatever. Like, if you're online dating, even though people aren't really doing Zoom dates anymore, like, unless you're doing long distance dating, then that's something. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, after you learn, like, some makeup techniques you really like, some hairstyles you really like, outfits you really like, you should go out and test those looks out while you're walking around and going places. And then, when you get people complimenting you, saying really nice things about you, you should, like, journal about it and reflect about it and just think about, like, again, like, were you comfortable in your skin? Were you comfortable in who you were? Were you comfortable in your, like, yeah, your skin when you were out, and stuff like that. And honestly, reflecting on experiences while out and about was the best thing that I've done. And it really helped me improve, like, my self-esteem and stuff like that. And basically, I mastered my sex appeal through reflecting in my diary entry. And then, like, I know people might think, like, oh, so you're just, like, living for the male gaze or something like that. Well, I mean, no, but, like, at the same time, I'm human, and, like, a little bit, like, not all the way, because, like, forget what men say. Like, first of all, I'm a person. I'm a freaking person. And I am not an enigma. But, like, it's good to just, like, do what you want to do, like, look pretty, and every woman wants to be seen, and, want to look flattering. And sometimes, you don't know what is the most flattering look until, like, you reflect and think about it and make a conscious choice to really, like, put yourself together in the most flattering way that a lot of people really, really like. I already know that, like, I know people love my natural hair, and, like, I have gotten a lot of compliments from people about my natural hair, because this is all natural. This is a whole all natural puff. But a lot of people, like when I have straight hair sometimes, but I just haven't done that yet. Not saying that, like, I'm unworthy of, like, amazing things and, like, good treatment or whatever if I'm not, like, done up to the max. But, like, I just know what's the most flattering on me. Like, I feel like I'm a 10 right now, and nobody can tell me otherwise. But I do know what makes me feel the best, what looks the best. And honestly, mastering your sex appeal on the outside is about, finding picture inspiration of people like you, and copying their look, mixing and matching it, and just playing around with how you can do your hair, your makeup, and your fashion, and then like reflecting how you felt, you know, and looking in the mirror and just like checking like, does this outfit and the way my hair is cut and the way my hair is curled, is it flattering? Like, is it bringing out, you know, my look and my personality? Because that's how you pull guys. That's how you pull people. And a huge part of sex appeal is just about energy and personality. And when I tell you that, like, I used to be the type of person to overthink everything, I really, really was. Like, I really was. But when it comes to sex appeal, it really is just about like your personality and not being afraid to be yourself around people, not being afraid to talk and speak to people if they're decent and like normal enough to talk to in an appropriate setting. You know, like if you're at like the grocery store, like, you know, and stuff like that, or like um let's say like a health shop or something like that, you know. But but it's a lot like that. Like sex appeal is not like, you know, doing too much. Whenever you want to do too much, it's not that. Like, you know, forcing connections, forcing things to happen, and wearing unflattering hairstyles that you know don't look good, but but it's like comfortable. Like, you know, be for real with yourself. But sex appeal is a lot about that, and energy, and just knowing that you are that girl. Because like, I know sometimes, like, I used to kind of view it like it was a slippery slope, because, you know, sometimes I feel like, not just with me, but a lot of women, we can wrestle with not feeling enough, because a lot of women, since they were little girls, were told that like, you're not the most prettiest woman in the world. Like most young girls or teenagers, if you're watching me right now, like maybe your mom or somebody in your life have said something like, you're not the prettiest girl in the world, there's somebody always prettier than you. And I don't know, like, what's the point of that? I have shared my opinion about that before, but what is the point with telling young women that? Like, it doesn't matter whether I'm the prettiest or the smartest or like the least prettiest or the second coming of the prettiest girl next to somebody else. It does not matter. Like, you know, like all that humble talk for what? All of that like humbleness, like, oh, I'm not the prettiest girl. Forget all of that. Yes, you are. In your world, you are the prettiest girl. And you only date and talk to people who make you feel like that. Forget all of that humble talk and just be grounded in yourself and comfortable in your skin. And just like, instead of thinking about like, you know, how you're not the cutest woman in the world, you're not the prettiest girl in the world, how about just like trade that in for like learning to accept yourself on your worst days and your good days. Like, and when I say worst days, like when you just don't feel that good about yourself. Like sometimes I get on camera and like I feel good, but then when I edit myself, I'm like, oh my God, I have foundation in my edges. It's like, and I'm pretty sure I still have foundation in my edges a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, I've been eating too many donut holes. But like, you know, like this is my life, and like this is me, like this is it. Like, and you need to have that mindset too. And nobody can tell you anything when you like walk and live in that type of mentality. And that is a lot of what sex appeal is made up of. Like, you don't have to always dress to the nines, especially if you don't have it, even though we do have Temu in the dollar store to get the look right. But, and we do have Amazon too, and we do got Amazon Prime to get the look right and get it down. We have Shein. But it's not all about that. It's just about like looking decent and getting your mentality right. That is it. And yeah, doodly doo, that was our conversation, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video if you care. And tell me what your thoughts and opinions about everything that I said. Because I didn't just talk about makeup, hair, and looks, but I talked about the internal workings of a woman that knows her feminine mystique and sex appeal, and you know, a woman that know how to control the tone, because I know how to control the tone, baby. Like don't be messing with me, don't be acting like you just don't know, because now you know. Like you already know this about me. So because I just said it 1 second ago. But yeah, let me know how you feel. What do you think sex appeal is? What is sex appeal to you? Is it internal beauty? Is it inner beauty? Is it confidence? I would love to know. And follow me on TikTok. Check out my blog articles on my site that I created. And go watch my my musical covers, because I love to sing and I'm building my brand as an independent recording artist. You know what I mean? You know, I'm empowering the people. I'm empowering the people. Okay, bye y'all.